Well, it's a beautiful winter day, lovely and sunny, blue skies, snow on the ground. It's been really cold the last few nights, so in places the snow's really icy and hard packed. I'm going up onto Denton Moor, going to do a long walk over the tops today, looking out over Dell and Upper Wharfdale. Something I've attempted a few times in parts, but it's the first time I've tried to string all of this together. Really looking forward to it. Now, to get to Middleton Moor, you just go due north from the centre of Ilkley, but that would take you on the roads and up Curly Hill, which is a very steep hill, posh residential area and not particularly interesting. A much nicer route, although it zigzags a little bit to start with, is down by the river and up through Middleton Woods and then Stubborn Woods. Now, Middleton Woods is probably most famous for the amazing show of bluebells that we get here. First week in May is the best time to catch them. Just crossing Curly Hill Road and on into Stubborn Woods. Across this field now to get up to the road. I've just been speaking to some runners, come down from the top. They say it's very firm up there, the snow, very wind blown and pretty much strong enough to take your weight. Heading up to the hills, we're on Hunger Hill Lane now. This is a farm road which leads us up to Westmore Farm about a mile away. It's also serviced by the Water Board so that they've got access to Marchgill Reservoir a little further on. Got some young cattle and sheep feeding here. Now, if I'm not wrong, these are Wharfdale Shorthorn, which is a local breed. Well, the snow's been with us for a few days now, but on this pathway that I'm on, there's only footprints of 2 or 3 people that have gone before me. Just dropping down now into Fairy Dell. It's a beautiful area of natural woodland. Starting to see quite long views over the local fells, and in the near distance just behind me we've got Victory Wood. That was planted in 1945 at the end of the war by the people at Hollinger Farm. The snow's quite firm in places and softer in others. Easy going by and large. Walking now in the tracks of a tractor, and it's a lot firmer underfoot. Now, we're on the back of Victory Wood here, which is all evergreens, pines and spruces, but to the back of that we've got a more recent plantation, I think put down by the people at Denton Hall, the estate, and this has been planted far more recently. As a matter of fact, when I first came here a few years ago these were just small saplings, but it's all quite well developed now and coming along lovely. Well, I'm having to break my own trail now. Nobody's been up here before me. The snow's about it's up to my knees. Quite soft, I'm sinking into it quite often. I'll try pressing on a little bit more, but if it doesn't get easier, I'll head over to that wall. There'll probably be some sheep tracks over there. Well, it's definitely getting harder going, so plan B, over to the wall. Over by the wall, it's a little better. The main problem actually is not so much the depth of the snow, is that you've got a sort of a 6 or 8 inch covering on top of a bed of heather. So of course the snow gives way straight away and then you're sinking down into the heather. Very difficult walking. The ridge isn't too far away. It's beyond that high point actually, but not too far away. And when I get up there, it'll be a question of assessing what the terrain's like and whether to head back the way I've come or push over to Beamsley Beacon. I've got about 3 hours daylight left, so a decision needs to be made at the top. I'm seeing lots of grouse flying up here, and a buzzard's just gone low overhead as well. Still pretty hard going, but I'm making progress. Just up ahead of me there's a group of sheep. It's probably a feeding station. I'll pause when I get there, take a look at the map. Not too far from the main track at the top there, so I'm going to push on and then check out, see what the conditions are like. Well, I've come away from the wall, that wasn't really working out. I'm back on the main track, but frankly you just wouldn't know it. I can see some people though, about 200 or 300 metres away. They're on the ridge path at the top. They look to be making pretty good progress, so I'm pretty confident it's going to be okay once I get up there. Oh, hard going. I'm knee deep in it here. Nearly at the top. Very tiring. 2 hours of daylight left. Well, got up to the top, just about anyway. We can see far over in the distance there, we've got Menwith Hill. And we're looking down on it. Well, I found some more tracks here. Looks like they got this far and then turned around. I can't blame them really. Still, that gives me slightly easier walking to get up to the top there to Round Hill. There's no way I'm going to get to Beamsley Beacon. I'm going to run out of daylight long before then. So from Round Hill there's a direct route straight down. Hopefully I'll be able to follow it. Well, I've got to the top. The trouble is the sun has gone down behind those clouds over there. So the light is very flat, very difficult to see where I'm going. I've got exactly 1 hour of daylight left. I just need to get down to the reservoir. It's about a mile away, maybe a bit less, but the going's hard. So just need to get down now. It's going to get dark.